Hey, what's up guys? It's Apex. I'm doing some late night rinsing. I'd like to ask my subscribers what type of video they would like to see. If anybody has a request for a specific type of video that pertains to pressure washing, soft washing, parking lot striping, things of that nature, leave a comment down below and I might make that video and give you a shout out. As you can see, I'm using both of the Honda IGX 800 pressure washers with our Siamese kit, running them through 300 feet of hose to rinse this parking lot. It's quite effective. You never want to drop this because it'll start whipping around. And it's metal on the end, so it'll knock your teeth out. Like, seriously, this thing is like a little rocket on the end of here. If you ever happen to drop this, just run. Go run and kill your machines. Especially if it's an open hose. Like, this has a little bit of weight on the end of it, but an open hose will mess you up, for real. Let's switch hands here. Alright, there we go. Well, Billy Davidson taught me that it's flow that moves everything, not necessarily pressure. You'll move way more material with twice the flow and half the pressure than twice the pressure and half the flow. This is another day in the office. I've surface cleaned and rinsed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of square feet of concrete. There's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. You know, this is, I'd say realistically, about 12 to 14 gallons per minute at the tip. At the tip and at the machine are two very different numbers due to friction losses that occur inside of the pressure hose as the water's trying to make its way through. And the longer you hose, the worse it's going to be. It's a compounding effect. Now, this is similar to, automotive. Where people think of crank horsepower, that's like 2 horsepower at the machine, at the engine, versus wheel horsepower. That's once it's made its way through the drivetrain, the differential, the drive shaft. Typically with your trucks and cars, it'll be about a 20 to 30% loss, drivetrain loss. Like people that say, oh, my F-250 has 1,200 horsepower. It's like, yeah, but by the time it gets to the wheels, it's about 850. Don't believe me? Look it up. Same goes for these machines. These are 10 gallons per minute at the pump with no resistance, filling up a bucket. But by the time you go through 300 feet of hose, you're going to lose some of that. Now, there are charts and diagrams and tables with all these numbers plugged into them, and I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but from what it feels like, it's I would say a good rule of thumb would be about 10% per 100 feet. So like, this is 300 feet of hose. It feels like I got a 30% loss on things. And you'll notice that with like smaller machines, like 8 gallon per minute machines, you'll notice it a lot more. These 10 gallon per minute machines have a lot more torque than the 8 gallon per minute machines. These Honda IG series and the GX 690s. The bigger engines tend not to give a damn about the hose length as much. But those 8s, man, you'll find yourself taking a hose off to do a driveway a little bit faster, because it's actually worth the time penalty of stopping what you're doing and reducing the length of hose to the machine. Another thing that Billy Davison taught me was that anytime you introduce a 90 into the system, it takes away about a gallon per minute. So like, if I had a hose reel, if I was trying to push all this through a damn hose reel swivel, I would lose another gallon per minute. And all of these things add up to being more efficient, doing more with the time that you have on the job site, getting done with everything, you know, giving the customer a better product. I don't put SH on driveways to necessarily, I mean it's twofold. So it's a better clean for your customer, and it speeds you up some. Sometimes, like, you know, with an 8 gallon per minute machine, I like to just, even though I've pre-treated it, I'll go a little bit slower and just make sure that I leave a good clean for these folks. That way, depending on the concrete, you don't have to come back and cross hatch it. Now that's where you go, not the opposite way, but perpendicular surface cleaning, where you don't leave all those overlap marks. Well, it looks like I'm about done here, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing and leaving me a like. It does help. Feel free to leave a comment. I read all of my comments, every single last one of them, and I respond to them. So if you guys want to talk about anything, just put it in the comment section, and if you see something you want in life, go get it.